Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our round 11 review and round 12 preview. Keith?
Yes.
Some interesting games over the weekend.
Oh, a couple.
Yeah, Moe drew and your team drew and had a chance, but...
Yeah, well, it's an interesting game. It got a bit close. I think the side that deserved to win won. And, you know, a bit of class at the finish there at James Blazer with a couple of terrific goals, the last two goals of the match to get it home for Moe. So it was great to see them get their first win of the year.
And look, there's nothing better than seeing a team win, you know, their first game, you know, especially after all the drama. We can talk a bit, but, you know, and put clubs down, whatever. But I mean, the boys were extremely happy. The supporters were just ecstatic. And I went into the rooms after it, and I mean, everybody was just so happy, you know, and it's great to see in footy.
Well, yes, the other thing with Moe, they had this day for what they call the Centurion Club,
yes.
and with an unfortunate delay to the game of 40 minutes, I think a lot of those members of the Centurion Club wouldn't have known whether they won or lost by the finish, but good day for the club and well done to Moe. Good to see him get on the board. And
just a quick one there, we did have an incident in the third quarter where John Miller, Druin player, after a tackle, his head hit the ground and knocked out, and there was great fears that there was a neck injury, but it was a 40-minute stoppage, but the ambulance arrived, took him to hospital, and the great thing was at the end of the night, after all tests, it was cleared and Johnny's right. I'm not sure when he'll play again, but you know, the kid's all right, no permanent damage.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the next one, Morwell Warragul. Again, a home game for Warragul. Here's a chance to, you know, they've been hot and cold, but unfortunately couldn't match it with the strong Morwell lineup.
Yeah, well, Morwell coming off a couple of losses against good sides, Sale and Wonthaggi, I think it was, really bounced back and put the game out of question by half time with 9 goals to 1. Yeah, really good effort. Yeah, what you expected of Morwell. I did expect a bit more of Warragul, perhaps really take the game up to Morwell, but weren't on their game, and yeah, Morwell will be in the mix, there's no doubt about that.
And it was good to see Lockie Dowling. He was back to his best, kicking 5 goals, and I mean, there's nothing better for Morwell supporters to see a confident and cocky Lockie Dowling running around and punching his fists in the air. But well done, Lockie. It's great to see you back, you know, in great form.
Well, he probably gets the interchange this week with Anthony Rocker coming into the side, so it doesn't matter, Lockie.
Okay, Terrelgan, Wonthaggi, and again, this was one where probably, you know, Wonthaggi's chance to actually, you know, really cement their place, but then Terrelgan desperate to make sure that they didn't have their 5th position in jeopardy, and Terrelgan came up trump cards there.
Yeah, well, it was the big game of the weekend. It was the most important game of the weekend, particularly for Terrelgan, that hadn't beaten a side above it through the year, but they did it well, and their third quarter, I think they kicked 6 goals to 1 and blew the game apart, so that was really good from Terrelgan's perspective, and perhaps gives they're two games out of 3rd spot, but they have, in the last 7 rounds, they have the 5 teams outside the 5 to play, so you know, if they hold on and win those and pick up one of the others at least, they're a double chance.
Yeah, and one interesting result out of that day at Wonthaggi, the Wonthaggi under-18 knocked off the top team, Terrelgan, which was, well, as they say in the classics, good for football.
Yeah, well, it's good. I think Wonthaggi under-18 is a pretty capable side anyway, and the under-18 competition's looking pretty good this year, particularly at that top level.
Okay, we had Sale against Langatha, and again, the poor Parrots, the Magpies pecked them to death, or not to death, sorry, but pecked them around a little bit. And unfortunately for Mel's boys, a 7-8 goal loss, but Sale are just going along great guns at the moment.
Sale are going along pretty well. The end result looked a bit better by Langatha, I think, kicking 6 goals in the last quarter. Added a little bit of respectability to the scoreboard, but yeah, they've had their issues. Thirstfield again apparently is gone for the season, is my message.
Is that a good source?
Yeah, but yeah, they'd be disappointed, and they weren't sort of really competitive against Sale, but Sale's very good, and they're the team to beat for the flag, I think.
Okay, now we had Maffra and Bairnsdale on Sunday, and Bairnsdale had actually knocked off Maffra early in the year, and here was a chance if Bairnsdale won and Tarrogin lost. I think they had a chance of sneaking into the 5, but
Well, they would have gone into the 5.
well, they would. Okay, but unfortunately for Bairnsdale, the Maffra machine, it seems to just lift a cog when their backs are to the wall. Maffra always seem to be able to find something extra. They're a great team, and they were victors by 7 or 8 goals as well.
Yeah. Again, Darren Sheen got 8 goals, I think, which is he's every side except one. I think he kicked about 4 or 5 points in one game without a goal. But every side's really had difficulties with him, and just be interesting from now and the rest of the season how the top sides try and counter him. It's very easy to say, well, you stop the ball getting down there, but it's not all that easy, and I think he makes the most of his opportunities too. And
yeah, and he's a good kick for goal.
Yeah, and but good win to Maffra. Yeah, it would have been nice to see Bairnsdale win that one, but didn't quite get up. They're still in the hunt. This week, a win this week, and they're still around about.
Well, speaking of Bairnsdale, they travel to Druin and they face your Hawks. So, any extra charge on the gate before you let them in?
No. Actually, they're very nice people, the Bairnsdale people. Really enjoy them sort of coming down. And enjoy going to Bairnsdale, but they've had no success since they've been back in the league down at Druin. If it rains on Saturday, they might not have any success again because they don't normally play in those slippery, clay, muddy conditions. But Druin's struggling. It's got its injuries, and got to go for Bairnsdale.
Okay, the Redlegs. All right, we have Tarrogin hosting Warragul.
Yeah, well, Tarrogin's got too much at stake to lose this. Bounce back, the best win of the year at the weekend against Wonthaggi. And the really good players were the ones who turned it on last week, and if they keep it up, they're right in the mix, and they talk about they'll get VFL players back and Gippsland Power players back by finals. And
well, it's interesting to see Timmy Aikens come back, and his clearance has been okay, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what condition Timmy's in, but he used to be a big, strong goal-kicking forward. Probably not going to be selected this week, but I would imagine he's come back to maybe bolster up that forward line.
No, I'm not quite sure that. He's a player that's going to take them from being a chance into being a real chance. I think Tarrogin's got enough there if they get their act together to be a real contender.
All right, we have Sale hosting Wonthaggi. Now this would be, the match of the round. I think a top team playing I think it's third. So, this should be a blockbuster.
It's the only match of the round where you've got 2 teams in the top 5 playing each other. It's at Sale. Wonthaggi have had a few guys missing the last few weeks. Cook, Warnett, a few other guys who are very important. I think they've got to get their best side on the park. If they get their best side on the park in fit and in form, they'll take a lot of beating. Whether they can do that at Sale, I'm not sure. Sale's just very good, and they can have 3 players out, 4 players out, and the next 4 that come in are just as good as the ones that go out. And they're hungry. Yeah. And
well coached and the whole lot. They've got everything going. Okay, we've got Leongatha hosting Maffra. So, the Eagles going over the hills to play the Parrots. Leongatha, I suppose, you know, we keep saying it, a lot of injuries and struggling at the moment, but, you know, it's sort of now to try and win a few to try and finish their season off on a high note.
Yeah, we may have, you know, I know Leongatha's had its issues, but we may have, you know, given them too much sympathy in a lot of those things, but their side's been carried by about 3 or 4 players all year. Maskell up forward, who's been a terrific acquisition for them. Pat McGrath, Zach Burnham, Mark Trusio. You know, it just had a few guys who've really carried the side. Others haven't quite come up. You know, may have not come up because they've been missing 1 or 2 others. And Thursfield now looks like being out, and that's been. Yeah,
it's a bit of bad luck though for Leongatha. You know, they get an ex-AFL player, and unfortunately, Will's been injured and just can't seem to get over that injury. Those injury concerns.
But again, the matches at Leongatha, and if there's a game in this round that may go against the trend, this could be the one.
Okay. Well,
I don't know why, but it could be.
Okay, well we finish off on a Sunday. We've got Morwell Tigers hosting the Moe Lions, and we've got everybody coming to this game.
What do you mean everybody coming to it?
There's Tarkin Lockyer, there's Anthony Rocker playing.
Well, they get in for nothing, so
and then
they've even boost the gate.
Yeah, and they've even got the Joffa, the head supporter of the Collingwood Footy Club. He's the guest speaker at the luncheon, so I'm sure that you'll probably be there listening to Joffa.
No, I won't be, as a matter of fact. Sunday games do clash with other commitments, so no, I won't be at Moore. Yeah. No, yeah, great. They got a win last week, but they can't beat Moore.
Yeah, Moore look too strong, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously Tarkin Lockyer, this is, I think, his 3rd or 4th game, and Anthony's first, so it'll be interesting to see how the big fella goes. But, yeah, just definitely looks like a Morwell victory there, and it should be a big day, and people that, the Collingwood supporters in the Gippsland region, they've got an opportunity to see some of their past idols and listen to Joffa. But anyway, that's it for round 12. I don't know, we got anything else?
Yeah, we got something else.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we have here.
Well, the league last week, the board announced the finals venues for this year, which is very important, and centralised into the Latrobe Valley region again, Tarralgon, Morwell, Moe.
Moe, yes.
But the big move, grand final at Moe, after really fantastic efforts at Morwell the last 2 years, record gates in both those years. Big move to shift it to Moe, and I haven't actually heard an explanation from the league as to why they've gone from Morwell to Moe.
Well, the thing about it is, we obviously, as explained off camera, we've got a final subcommittee.
No, you haven't explained off camera. Forget about off camera.
Explained a heap on Saturday.
I'm going to grab this beer, Chris.
All right, we're here at the Druin Family Hotel, so we're just all right. We'll get into that. Sorry, I'll answer your question.
There's a bit of spin, is it? We're going to get a bit of spin here.
The final subcommittee sits down, they look at the applications, which we had 2 applications to host a grand final, which was Moe and Morwell. Morwell have done a super fantastic job over the last few years, and Moe put up a very good submission, so did Morwell, but the final subcommittee leant towards the Moe facilities. Now, from a league perspective, the Moe facilities are state of the art. We want to promote the fact that both venues are excellent, but there's no, undercurrent or anything. It's just that the Moe facility is this year's grand final, and the thing about it is we want to promote the fact that you can catch a train to get to Moe, have a brisk 10-minute walk to warm yourself up before you get to the grand final. There's
carrying a chair to sit on. Yeah.
There's heaps of terrace seating. at Maui.
No seats on here, you sit on concrete.
Yeah, but beautiful warm concrete in September though, Keith. And there'll be parking for people with disability parking, marquees, and the grand final, the Gippsland League grand final this year at Maui is going to be a major sporting event in Gippsland, and we're sure that the Maui facilities will be excellent on the day.
Right, no, that's good. I'm sure the facility will be fine, but yeah, it's good. Last year, record crowd of 47,000 the gate.
Yes, it was huge.
47,000, with moving to Sunday, which the board obviously thinks is going to be an absolute coup, and going to Maui with the state-of-the-art facilities as you've suggested. What are you looking at, 65,000 this year?
Oh look, I'm just hoping that we get a nice big crowd. If the weather's kind to us, we'll obviously get a good crowd.
Don't have excuses, yeah.
No,
65,000 gate.
I would hope we get that much. But, if we can get anywhere near that, we'll be ecstatic. But as I say, our slant on it now is to actually just promote the fact that we've got a great facility. It is in Maui. And we're just hoping that the supporters pay to get in the gate, but it's to give the paying customer great facilities and great service, and whether it's at Maui or Morwell, our attempt is to always do that.
Very good. Very good, General Manager. Most important man in Gippsland.
I don't think so. But look, thank you very much. As I said, we're here at the Jewin Family Hotel. We've got a heater behind us, but a nice stiff breeze blowing from the right there. It's blowing Keith's new hairstyle around. With mine, I don't have to worry about it. But thank you very much for watching us, and we'll see you next week.